Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EGFC BIGEAST Invitational. And I'd like to welcome you all to the OS studios. I hope everybody's having a really good time. Of course, I'm Navik, and today I'm joined by Hunted. How are you doing today, Hunted?
I am doing just wonderfully. Today we've got a couple of matches in Group A. We're starting off with Butler University versus Georgetown University, followed up with matches between Georgetown and Providence College, and then Game 3, Providence College and Butler University. Of course, we'll be taking a break in between, and on the other side of that break, we've got Seton Hall versus Providence, Butler University versus Seton Hall, and Seton Hall versus Georgetown. So a lot of action today.
Yeah, no, there is a lot of action getting on, and as the teams look like they are joining, Hunted, I would like to welcome you to the first game of the day. We have Butler in the blue and Georgetown in the orange.
It is the best of 5, and we are underway with game number 1. We'll see which of these teams can find that first strike, the all-important first goal, especially in these short series. As it will be, as you said, Georgetown in that orange. They're going to have to play defense first. As Zombie Burger's trying to play it out of the corner. D-Wall with a little bit of a touch. It's going to fall down towards Webbs. He can't quite get a touch on it. Now Kuko might have a challenge here. But again, it looks like Georgetown starting a bit slow. They're on the defense now, and Munzo somehow makes the play on that ball.
Yeah, Webb's getting a really good momentum. So there, a shot attempt on by Steven. It is cleared away by Ewall. And I just want to talk a little bit overall about the team so far throughout the seasons, right? Because they did do their pre-elimination matches. And Butler is currently our first seed, whilst Georgetown is our 9th. So if Georgetown managed to win this series, that's a major upset. And for a second there, they were putting on some really good pressure.
That they were, but unfortunately now they are playing out of their own end as Steven is going to deflect this into the corner. And you're right, Butler, number 1 seed coming into this. They expect to do well today. And they are starting off against an opponent who wasn't able to find a victory throughout the regular season. Went 0-3, unfortunately, to Georgetown. Now they're getting pressured early on. But the good thing for Georgetown, certainly, as we've only played about a minute and a half, and Kuko will score. Georgetown on the board first. I was going to say it's great that they've started the game so well, not allowing an early goal, and they find one of their own.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to look over the standings, I don't think anybody would have expected Georgetown to find the first goal in this first game, but that's massive for them, and that's going to be a massive confidence booster, especially, like, mentally, and that morale. Oh, no, as a kickoff goal is found immediately by Zombie Burger Hunted.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pendulum swings the other way now as Butler just wins that race to the kickoff. And at the very least for Georgetown, it's not like you're down a goal, but we are knotted back up at 1 with 1:30 gone by here in game number 1, and it will be Butler taking the kickoff yet again as Steven looking for Webbs. Can't quite get over Kuko. Zombie Burger in support. Plays it down towards Webbs, looking for the deflection. Ewall, good defensive positioning, and that's one thing that's going to have to be great from Georgetown in this series as Ewall fires a lazy shot on goal. It finds its way in.
Is that practically midfield? Okay, it's somewhat deep into Butler's side there, but that's a lovely goal. A good attempt by Zombie Burger to try and save it. I don't know if he just lacked the boost to give him the extra momentum. That is going to be goal number 2 going towards Georgetown.
It's just interesting. 2 goals that you don't expect a team of Butler's caliber to give up. So that's a good save from Kuko. Steven now out in front. Zombie Burger not going to be able to win the race. Ewall pinch along the sidewall, and now Steven keeps it in.
Yeah, Butler's rotations, though, are working out fairly well. You're seeing them put on some pressure onto the goal. But Georgetown are actually being able to get some massive clears and alleviate a lot of the pressure that Butler's been able to apply to them throughout the regular season. So obviously, I imagine they've been re-looking over some VODs, and oh, okay. But yeah, but I imagine they've been watching VODs and kind of reassessing their play style, and it's paying out for them.
And it most certainly is, as they are up by a goal as halftime approaches. That's going to fall just wide. Munzo the follow. He can't deflect it on net. It will still remain 2-1 as a scary double commit by Georgetown. Now the ball pops out in front. Zombie Burger towards the back wall. Steven's there. Ewall able to cut across and make the save. Keeps us at a 2-1 game.
Very, very close. 2 minutes left onto the clock at the moment. Georgetown still a goal up. Webbs has an opportunity to set up for his team. Recentering it here. Ewell chasing after it. Steven going in. And Webbs doesn't actually find the touch.
It looked like he just had a sharp angle. Couldn't quite make the play. He was getting pressured by that Georgetown defense. But now the ball still sitting out in front of the orange box. It's going to bounce down. Kuko not able to make the touch. Munzo will try to follow in support, but Steven puts the pressure on. Zombie, great bump by Munzo to keep him away. Webbs fires towards the net, a close call. Kuko will keep the ball away for now, and somehow Georgetown, they just continue to survive.
Yeah, Ewell making really good use of his boost here. Oh, okay, that looked a bit dicey for a second there. Munzo with a good save. Ewell clearing it out. I mean, I was just talking about how Ewell's been doing really well playing that defensive boost, getting himself up to the areas. That's going to be goal number 2. That was an unfortunate save, or failure of a save.
You can tell Georgetown, they've been pushing up a little bit too far, unfortunately, and they get caught in these transition plays. And I understand the necessity for Kuko to go up for that. You've got to clear it off the back wall, but not the angle he was hoping for, and that's an own goal to tie us up with 1:10 left to go. 70 seconds on the clock, as this is a great start of a play. Steven won't be able to get there as Ewell. Great coverage of that back wall, and he's moving up through midfield yet again. Kuko, however, getting demoed in the backside is going to stop this pressure.
Yeah, the respawning Kuko does come out, manages to find it, clear it into that center field, followed up by Ewell. Ewell not finding the touch, Steven stealing it away, as they now have an opportunity to find another goal, and they do.
And all of that defensive prowess from Georgetown crashing down in these final minutes now. Unfortunate mistouch out of the corner. Steven will make every move he possibly can, puts that in the back of the goal. It's a goal apiece for the boys from Butler. Now they have a 1-goal lead with 40 to go.
Yeah, no, having that goal lead up with only 35 seconds left on the clock is definitely where you want to be if you're on Butler at the moment, right? But Georgetown definitely not going to go down with a fight. They're playing some good passes here. Some good pressure is being applied. All they need to try and do is steal it away once more. But Webbs and Steven making a shot onto goal, finding goal number 4.
Great pass and great awareness from Steven to realize he just needs to streak down, give Webb something to pass to. And it's a beautiful touch into the back of the net. That's a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and that just shows the coordination, right, and communication coming out from those teams, setting themselves up and finding the goal. Ooh, Webb's trying to steal it away, okay.
With only 15 seconds left. This one looking out of reach for Georgetown, so it looks like it's going to be a Butler lead heading into game number 2. And we talked about just how good Georgetown's defense was early on. They need to find some offense. 3 shots is not going to do it against the Butler team.
No, Butler played that really well. At the start, Georgetown came in aggressive. They managed to get it, but I think you hit the nail on the head when you said there was some minor overextensions, right? They got a little bit too far, and we saw Butler manage to strike back because of it.
14 shots registered by the Butler squad in that game, and that's shouldn't really be surprising. Both Webbs and Steven in the top 5 goal scorers throughout the season. I think they were only 2 goals apiece. Yeah, Webbs with 17, Steven with 15, and it's quite obvious that Butler's a high-scoring squad.
Yeah, Butler have done well throughout the entire season, not dropping a series. I'm trying to remember how many games they lost overall. I believe it was
only 2.
2. So
yeah.
If Georgetown had come out there and immediately took one off of them, then that would have been an extremely strong entrance. But they definitely put up a really, really good fight, and I'm really excited heading into this second game.
Yeah, it was a close game until those final moments, and Butler just ran away with it a little bit there. 4-2 was the score of game 1. And yeah, we look forward into game 2. Now, I think there needs to be something that changes in Georgetown's play. Again, we saw them doing quite well early on the defensive side, but you can't rely on the defensive play throughout a series.
No, unfortunately, you do need to apply the aggression on occasion. And at the moment, that kickoff is definitely in Butler's favor.
So we are 10 seconds into game 3. That's a bit of a triple commit there by the Georgetown defense. This is going to give Webbs something to look for. Zombie Burger rotating forward. Kuko will clear it away. And again, I would love to see some aggression from the Georgetown team. Can be quite difficult with how well Butler's been playing through mid, at least through game one. But if you can challenge them, take away some of that space, you can start to open up some opportunities. But 3 misses back-to-back, Steven scores.
Yeah, Steven there, playing that really, really patiently. If you actually rewatch it here, he was paying attention to where his opposition was, didn't overcommit for it, and just kind of let them miss.
Hey, sometimes that's all you need to do. No need for the fancy moves. Steven gets the first goal of game number 1, and we're barely 35 seconds old. So Butler continuing to find the back of the net, and still some pressure on the Georgetown half. Great pass, looking for Zombie. That's just off the post.
We do see Webbs trying to recenter it for his team. Kuko clearing it away here. Steven, though, ready. Oh, okay, back to Ewol. There's a lot of back and forth. Ewol setting it up centered there. Zombie going to be able to clear it away along with his teammate Steven. Back to Webbs.
Cut of the pass there from Zombie as well. Ewol will have to play it off the back wall as now Webbs again keeps the ball in. Such great pressure through mid for Butler early on in this series, but there's a good clear from Ewol. This could turn into some offense for Georgetown if they can hurry. Great cut. There's Kuko. Not going to be able to find it. Munzo doesn't either. Webbs looking for the demo onto Ewol. That'll open up the goal for Steven. He shoots and he scores. 2-0 for Butler.
Yeah, that's going to put Butler up, like you said. Steven here, seeing that open goal after the double commit. Ewol tried to make it happen. Went for the boost, but was slightly too low.
It was a good play from that defender as well, Ewol, to avoid the demo as Webbs was trying to harass him off that respawn, but I think he used a bit too much boost to get there as Kuko, a dunk over top of Webbs, just missed high.
Back and forth here, Zombie Burger looking to clear it back to Webbs. Webbs and Munzo contesting it. Zombie Burger following up from the pass to Webbs, and a good save from Kuko.
Still, the rebound finds its way home. That's a hat trick for Steven, and we're not even 2 minutes old.
No, Steven here finding a great angle along with his teammate Webb. Munzo not predicting or not estimating that Steven was going to be able to get a shot on goal there. Cleaned it nice and clean, and we are going to go move into the 4th kickoff.
Butler has shown their goal-scoring prowess time and again so far throughout this series, and we are still early. It is only game number 2, but in a best of 5, if Butler can go up, it's going to force Georgetown into a must-win situation. Moving into game number 3, certainly something they'd love to avoid, but they have not been able to find the pressure as Webbs high off the back wall. Zombie Burger, great save from Ewol right out in front.
Steven looking to recenter it up. Kuko stealing it away, though. Webbs right on top of it, trying to contest it. It does get stopped, as now we're seeing that rebound. Webbs following it up. Again, Kuko on top of it, not giving Webbs an inch, making them both use all of their boost. Steven on it, though, looking to set it back up. Ewol passing it to Kuko. Kuko looking to clear it. Webbs getting the pinch off of the wall, recentering it in front of the goal. This is not where Georgetown can afford to have the ball. They need to get these big clears.
And unfortunately, they are losing all of these mid battles. But that's a great play from Kuko. Can he get it over to Ewol? Zombie Burger just gets a piece of it and finds the clear. So Georgetown yet again stuck in their own half. A bit of a double commit there. Plays the ball out in front. Should be cleared away, although some miscommunication will keep the ball in the Georgetown zone. Webbs bounces it down, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too dangerous. That one just over the head of Zombie.
Yeah, Steven now, okay, Steven trying to contest it, manages to get it past one of the defenders, but Kuko lands in Kuko's hands. Webbs, looking for it, getting the 50-50 away from him now. Kuko is doing some good work, managing to get this ball down the field. Steven getting demolished, and Munzo here now recentering it, looking to pass it. Zombie Burger hits it, it gets bounced straight down, and Steven clears it away for their goal.
Webbs just a bit wide, and we've seen Georgetown have a couple of quality dunks as Steven makes a quick move, throws it towards the net. Munzo does make the play, but I've seen a lot of great dunks on the offensive side from Georgetown. Where are those dunks through mid? If you can get those same challenges, get those same plays, you find yourself on the offensive half. But again, it's just been mid possession, mid control by Butler throughout these first 2 games.
Zombie Burger with an opportunity there. E-Wall clears it away. Steven looking to follow it up. Oh, just gets tapped away from him. Now he's going to have to spend all of that recentering back up Webs with an opportunity. Looking to make one more go happen, and he finds it. Goal number 4, 31 seconds left on the clock, Hunted.
Yeah, we talked about Webs and Steven being the goal scorers for Butler. Steven has 3 in this game. Webs wanted 1 for the road as well, and he will find that. With only 31 seconds to go, this looks like it will be a Butler Game 2 victory. So they're going to move to 2-0 in this best of 5. And they give themselves a great opportunity to start this Group A strong.
Yeah, being 2 games up in a best of 5 series is literally the best position you can put yourself into going into that match point. As E-Wall scores the first goal for Georgetown, but I think we've pretty much agreed at this point that is going to be 2-0 to Butler.
Yeah, a bit too little too late for the Georgetown offense, but it is nice to see them get something rolling on offense. Would love to see them come back a little bit stronger in game number 3. And it seems like on the defensive half they're a bit either out of position at times or just a bit too hesitant to make the plays that they want to make. And Butler, they recognize that. They're quick to the ball, and they're punishing Georgetown at every opportunity.
Yeah, and that's definitely working out for Butler really, really well, as we do see Butler taking game 2. And overall, it wouldn't be the first time that we saw a reverse sweep happen. Even in this tournament, we've seen reverse sweeps occur. So it'll be interesting to see if Georgetown kind of need to mentally reset, because I think I do agree with you how they do seem a bit more hesitant, especially after their first game loss. And I'm wondering if the loss from that mentally kind of set them back, playing a bit more cautiously, a bit more defensive, and that is now causing them to not take as many risks and opportunities as they could have been finding.
Yeah, and I like the from Georgetown, they're using the time that they have. You get 60 seconds in between each game before the next map rotates, and typically you see players like to ready up almost immediately, eager to get into the next game. Georgetown taking a little time. I think they're just discussing, trying to figure out what they can do to come back against this Butler squad, who's been pretty lights out in games 1 and 2. So we are moving into game 3. And, the beauty of Rocket League, even though you lost game 1, 4-2, you lost game 2, 4-1, game 3 starts 0-0 with 5 minutes.
We are having a slight technical issue, ladies and gentlemen. Give us just a moment. We will be right back after a short break. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be jumping into the game very, very shortly now. We had a slight technical issue, but now that has been resolved. And we are coming into a best-of-5 series against Butler University and Georgetown, with Butler being 2 games up. I'm joined by Hunted. And Hunted, are you looking forward to Game 3?
Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it. And hopefully Georgetown uses this slight technical pause that we have to reset themselves, get themselves focused, recentered in the series, because it's not over. They can still certainly come back and win.
Yeah, no, 100%. We've seen reverse sweeps. I said it just before the break. We've seen it in this very tournament. So it's definitely possible, and I don't think anybody's going to complain about us getting to see more Rocket League.
No, absolutely not, as we are underway with game number 3. Again, a must-win for Georgetown. If they want a chance to win this first series of the day. It will be Webbs to clear it over top. Not going to go for the double touch, but Steven's there. Goal wide open. No follow-up as Kuko will just deflect it into his own corner.
Yeah, good attempt here. Kuko trying to find it away. It is stolen by Steven. Recentered up. You see Webbs running downfield. Not going to make it quite in time yet. Ewell now getting a massive clear into the side of Butler.
And the clear is great. They just need the follow-up as Munzo trying to cause some havoc. Webb's last man back will be able to play it away from Ewell. Kuko in mid. He gets a touch, but it's not the greatest play. He'll wait to try to deflect this towards mid, but Steven's there to clear it back down. Munzo has trouble. That's off the post. Ewell able to clear it away.
Yeah, the crossbar save there was that was a bit of a dicey moment for Georgetown. We see Steven make an attempt. Munzo jumping the wrong way, got faked out by Steven's shot, and that's going to be goal number 1 going towards Butler.
Yeah, not a great clear from Kuko there. That's bounding right out in front of your own net. Never want to see that, and Steven, he will take full advantage. So Butler back on top, 1-0 with 3:39 left to go, and though offensive woes continue for Georgetown, still no shots on goal, even though they've had what seemed like decent opportunities.
Yeah, and I think we said last game as well that we were feeling like Georgetown were having good opportunities but not capitalizing on them, as we see Steven steal away the ball once again. Ewell in defense looking to try and find that clear. Contest against Steven, gets the bounce now. That's a really good touch, sets them up. Kuko doesn't find the touch. His teammate Manzo also failing to find it. A lot of back and forth at the moment. That was looking like a really good setup for Georgetown.
And unfortunately, it goes to the wayside yet again. As we've played 2 minutes, it's still 1-0 game for Butler. Steven able to play it away from Ewell, keep it in the zone. Steals that back boost away from Munzo, and now a bit of an awkward spot for the Georgetown defense. Good clear by Ewell, however. They'll relieve at least a bit of pressure for now. Can he get up to get this one? Not quite. Webb's looking to deal out of the corner. Kuko with the whiff. Webb's getting bumped. The ball's just going to bounce around in front of the Georgetown goal, but eventually pinched out back towards mid. And again, Butler just dominating possession. Webb's up in front. Zombie goes way high. Not able to make the touch.
Now Webb's recentering it, now has the boost to get a second touch. He manages to get it. It pinches right in front of Georgetown's goal, but Ewell is going to be on top of that, clearing it away. Now an opportunity for Georgetown appears as Steven is on it as well. A lot of back and forth, but the ball does end up. Webb's playing it patiently. Oh, a good attempt by Kuko. Unfortunately, like you said, that opportunity just vanishes as soon as they're about to get it.
Yeah, it's decent defense from Butler, but it just feels like there's been one too many whiffs from Georgetown on the offensive side of the ball. Not able to find the passing plays, getting grouped up, bunched up. You got to try to stay spread out and dominate the offensive side of the pitch, as that's a double commit again, but Kuko coming to his team's rescue, keeping it a 1-0 game.
Kuko, really nice save there, good positioning, and it's an interesting one. Zombie Burger getting it past Kuko to Webbs. Webbs getting an attempt onto goal. It almost feels like Butler's kind of slowing the pace of the game down a little bit, right? They know that they're a goal ahead. All they need to do is play it safe, secure their next goal, and take it easy to that extent, right? Because they're 2 games up, and it definitely feels like they're trying to slow it down.
Yeah, you certainly don't need to panic, and Steven will pick the top corner. Might as well add one when you have the opportunity, and it's a very similar goal to what we saw them score the first time. A poor clear from Georgetown leads to a bouncing ball out in front, and Steven just slams it home.
Yeah, Steven showing real proficiency in getting those just slightly off the side, slightly wide shots and scoring them. 1 minute left.
60 seconds. Yeah, it's coming down to the wire now for Georgetown.
2 goals in a minute is 100% possible, and Georgetown are applying some pressure. Zombieburger getting it past one of the defending players. He will try to steal it away. This is Kuko's opportunity. He takes the shot, and that's going to even it out to a net difference of 1. So 44 seconds, Hunted, to find 1 goal to get us into overtime. It's possible.
This was the important goal. They needed this goal with at least a little bit of time to try to find the equalizer, and now if they can manage to do it, they've got 44 seconds plus as long as the ball stays in the air, which is far better than being down 2 with only a minute left to go. So yeah, we'll see, but they've got to get out of their own zone first.
Yeah, they can't let that happen. That was so unfortunate. Steven gets the pinch with Munzo there. Webbs and E will go for it. Kuko tries to get the save in. They just don't get the touch, and the ball's just able to roll in because of it.
And now we're back to the exact same position we were just about 10 seconds ago. It's a 2-0 or a 2-goal lead for Butler now, and with only 25 seconds left, Georgetown need to find a strike where that's going to do it here for series number 1. But again, just unable to beat this Butler team through mid. It's been the story of the series. That's how we're going to end things.
Yeah, Butler continuing their reign of terror with their no-lost series. Only 2 games being taken off them in the entire pre-elimination rounds. They are definitely the team to be feared, and definitely it is completely understanding to why they are currently seed number 1.
Yep, and they start the day strong. Exactly what they wanted to do. Come out, get a 3-0 against a team who struggled throughout the regular season, and they've done very well to do so. So, quick win for Butler. And, I'm excited to see how they play through the rest of the day because it looks like they're really clicking as a team.
Yeah, they definitely are performing really, really well. And now we will be hopping into a quick break, Hunted, whilst we get ready for our second game. We've not seen the last of Georgetown yet, as they are going to take on Providence College in just a minute.